Oh, look, there's Santa. Hey, Santa, where's the case knives?
They're that way, young man.
Thank you.
You be a good boy. Santa will bring you a special present.
I will. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Hello, friends. Do you recognize this little rascal from my previous video? Well, he's back and more determined than ever to seek out any Ace hardware stores that still carry case knives and conquer any handsome knives they might have. But before we get started, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any episodes in our ongoing struggle, and share with your friends because we need all the support we can get. Thank you. So today's journey began at this beautiful Ace hardware I found in Fort Lauderdale. For sure, a store of this magnitude is going to have a huge display of case knives, right? Let's go check it out. Oh man, utter disappointment. All we got is some Gerbers, a few Leatherman, case of Chinese junk, and an empty case of Victorinox. I'd at least look at the Victorinox if they had any. They got plenty of Yeti coolers though, huh? And well, I'm not going to hold it against the barbecues. I like barbecue grills, so either way, I went ahead and Googled what all Ace hardwares were around me. There was two up north, but after calling them, neither one knew what a case knife was, so I determined my best bet was to head south and check out the stores down south. So I went through the town of Medley on the turnpike and saw this big old drag line out there at the Lime Rock mines. Check it out, pretty cool, huh? And so I pulled into Doral and found an Ace hardware store in this little shopping center here, and pulled on in there and found it tucked away back here in the corner. As I proceeded to go in, Mrs. Duck said, you're not getting past me. But my tenacity found me an alternate route into the store, and as I passed through its pearly gates, I discovered a case knife display. Check it out. It's not very big, but it's a knife display, and it's got case knives in it and a little bit of variety. But let me show you something here. Look at the rust that's starting on these CV blades. They're not taking care of these knives very well. I even pointed it out to the attendant, and he didn't really seem like he cared about doing anything about it. But he was helpful in showing me the knives, and we started to go through them. So here's what I found. We got these they call these an amber bone is what he said they were. I don't see how that color's amber, but that's what they call it. Go figure, huh? There's a Copperlock, tracker, large stockman, or maybe it's a medium stockman. Not sure what that is over there to the right. Some kind of synthetic engraved. That little red peanut, that's pretty. There's a synthetic slimline tracker there with a bare head. That little blue stockman, that's a pretty one there too. And over here to the left we got a red bone trapper and just a regular old synthetic Sod Buster, but it does have the engraved blade. So I picked out one of those knives and I took it up to the counter and purchased it. Asked where else I could buy knives down in this area. They sent me to Bass Pro at the Dolphin Mall and told me about two other Ace hardware stores. So we're going to be checking out this Bass Pro real quick, and then we're going to hit the second two Ace hardware stores before we head back north. And let me tell you, I really am into fishing, and normally I'd be checking out all these boat models, especially in this huge covered boat display area. I'd even be checking out this truck if it wasn't for the fact I needed to make a quick pit stop. In doing so, I lost my orientation. Where am I going?
Oh, look, there's Santa. Hey, Santa, where's the case knives?
They're that way, young man.
Thank you.
You be a good boy. Santa will bring you a special present.
I will. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
You too.
Oh, let me tell you folks, old Santa's a generous fella, but if he knew all the crap I did as a kid, he'd ban me for getting presents for life. But that sure didn't keep me from feeling like a kid on Christmas morning when I found this knife display. It was the biggest selection of case knives I've seen in a long time. As I scanned the first shelf, And there was a second shelf of knives as well. But quickly I realized that these knives right here were the ones that grabbed my attention. That blue canoe, but this antique bone tribal lock right here. I really wanted to get it, so I had the attendant to try to find the box and get it out while I continued to look at the rest of the knives. There's one of those Texas toothpick there. And yeah, that blue canoe, I like that too. I just don't like them smooth. So they got some ZTs down here, and some Benchmades. It's kind of don't normally see those in knife shops. More Benchmades down here. I think that one in the center right there is one of the new Meat Eater. But yeah, I was waiting for the attendant to come out. Just kept staring in the back to see if there was anything else in here I liked. That fixed blade in the middle, it caught my eye, so I asked him to get that out too. But it turned out not to be a case. It was a Bear & Sons. I decided not to get it. Now that's a nice little Sod Buster there. And that rosewood handled Hunter, that was a nice knife too. But and you know, the blue ones are nice, but you know how I feel about smooth. I like the deep jig bone. Now the guy you see there in the back, he went through all the boxes of knives and drawers trying to find me one of those antique bone tribal locks. The one in the case wasn't very snappy. He couldn't find a second knife, so I decided to pass on it because, you know, I like a real snappy case knife. So I decided to leave there without anything in my pocket and go check out those two Ace Hardwares I heard that were in Kindle. So, and by this time it was around noon. I hadn't had anything to eat all day, so I started thinking about that Checkers deal, but then I looked over here and saw this little blue food truck. Well, it was on the wrong side of the street, and Ace was just another block down, so I figured I'd hit it on the way back. Let's go stay dedicated to the case knife. Ace Hardware, American flag, pretty store. It's got to have some case knives in it, right? Nope. This is it. A few gerbers in this little lousy case right here. That's all they had in the whole store. So quickly I worked my way out of there with the next mission of finding out what that blue food truck was all about. And as I approached it, I realized there was no hamburgers or hot dogs being sold here. And when I inquired with the lady of what a churro was, all I got was no habla inglés. So I threw $10 on the counter and walked away with my little blue bag here. Best I can tell, I don't know. Deep fried starfish legs, maybe? I don't know, but let me tell you, they sure did taste pretty good. Crunchy and sweet. Alright, off to Ace. And this Kindle Lakes Ace Hardware was a total disappointment. No knives whatsoever. Nothing. All they had was box cutters. Not even a gerber. So both those Ace Hardwares in Kindle were complete disappointment. And that's the last two Ace Hardwares I have anywhere remotely near me. So I got back on the Ronald Reagan Turnpike and started heading home. And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, there's a Bass Pro up in Dania Beach. Let me go over there. Maybe they got a display like the one at the Dolphin Mall, and maybe they have some different knives I can go look at. So I headed on over through Hollywood, and what the heck is that thing up there on the left? Is that a big old guitar? Yeah, that's a Seminole Hard Rock Casino Hollywood. And they have plenty of my money already. They're not going to get any more of it today because I have case knives that I am in search of, and that's where my money is going. So we head on over to Dania and enter Bass Pro Shop. Let's go see what they have in store for us. This is our last chance of the day. So let's see what we got. Hopefully they'll have a Santa to point me in the right direction like the last one. No Santa at this one, so I figure I'll come back here and check out the fish. What's going on, fellas? You tell me where the case knives are? No? How about you two? Either one of y'all know where the case knives are? No habla inglés. Alright, well, I guess I'll go find them myself. Can't be too far. Alright, let's see. And they weren't. They were right around the corner. Let's see what we got here. Alright. So, first display here. Got a bunch of some Benchmades in there. Some Sogs. Alrighty. Nothing that piques my interest. A bunch of Kershaws in this case. I think Kershaw's got to be the biggest manufacturer of knives there are, huh? And we got these CRKTs. We got a lot of them too. Yeah, I've never had a CRKT. I should buy one, try it out for the channel, but yeah, I've never owned one. There's more of them down here. Alright, in the corner. Alright, bingo! We found some case knives right here in the corner. This first shelf, it's only got 3 knives. Huh. Buy case knives here. Well, you better put more on the shelf. You want me to buy them here? What do we got? Nah, it's not a bad looking knife. Not my style. No slim pickings at this store. Was that a Copperlock in the middle there? Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know, yellow synthetic Sod Buster. I'll pick one up one day. I don't like those light colored scales. Let's see, they got some of those smooth orange that's popular right now. And that, I can't pronounce it, Kryptonite or whatever, plastic handles. Oh, there's a little leather Hunter. Look how small it is. That thing's tiny. Jesus. About 3-finger knife, huh? Yeah, that one's even missing one there. I don't know, guys. Bunch more Leatherman. Mostly stuff I'm just not interested in. This is not the kind of stuff that floats my boat. There's a little cold steel right there, though. Some throwing knives, maybe. Some bucks, but nothing spectacular there. That 119 in the back there was kind of cool. And then what are these? These are those, no, nothing there I want. Now I did talk to the clerk and he brought out a box of knives and we went through them to make sure there wasn't anything that wasn't in the case, but nothing in there worth getting, so I went ahead and left Dania Beach Bass Pro empty-handed and figure I'd go to the house. I do have one knife with me and I'm going to go home and film that for review. And on the way we're going to pass the Rustic Inn. They have more crab than the Chicken Ranch, but no, seriously, it's a pretty good restaurant. And now I'm home, so let's check out. Here's my little humble collection. Let's see what we got here. And I know that y'all are anxious to see what knife I ended up picking up at the Dorel Ace Hardware. Well, let's take a minute to review for the new subscribers and viewers the knives in the collection. So this one here, this is the most recent one. It's the Hunter Green Bone Deep Canyon Jig Sod Buster Jr. This knife was made in 2022. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm just totally in love with that one. Alright, so the next one up is the Pocket Worn Harvest Orange Bone Corn Cob Jig Copperlock. Stainless steel Warncliffe blade. I really love this one as well. Alright. Now this one here I got online in an auction. It's actually made in 1999. It's a Copperlock Molasses. It doesn't say what it's jigged, but the number on it is 02232, if that means anything to anybody. And one of my favorite, I mean, if not the favorite, is this Permission Orange Bone Peach Seed Jig Sod Buster Jr. Look at this. If that doesn't actually look like an orange peel, I mean, there's a little bit of green tint here and there too. Just look at it. I mean, that thing is something. I love it. Now, if anybody wants to see more of any of those knives, check my playlist, and I'll have a video for each one of those, and a little story that goes along with them as well. So I think you'll enjoy it. So let's check out what we got at the Durrell Ace Hardware. And I'll read it off here. Number 00781, pocket worn, old red bone, corn cob, jigged, peanut, 6220 SS. It's got a manufacture date of 4/26 of 2019. So it's a little older. Okay, cool. Great little find I got here. Alright, let's take it out of the box and see what it is. Paperwork. You can tell it's been around a while because that paper is pretty crinkly. But, yeah, it's a little boy, huh? Tiny. I think the smallest knife I ever bought. But it's pretty. It's got nice jigging to it. One side's a little darker than the other. It's got two blades. It's got one here. It's kind of a little clip point. Check it out. So make sure I get it focused for you. It's a nice little clip point. Stainless steel. Let's see here. This one's a clip point too. Let's compare them. See how they both have that kind of exaggerated clip point design? I find it very handsome. I got a Kershaw Lucha butterfly knife that has a similar shaped blade. You should check it out. Now this one's a lockback. The peanut's not. It's a slip joint. Two-bladed slip joint. Alright, there's going to be a fingerprint magnet too. Alright, so let's see if we can, just get a nice standoff. Do it again. Hear it. Hear it? Snappy, huh? Got really nice centering. This one here, you call it a spear point blade. I'm not sure. It's a good little blade for cleaning your nails and stuff. Pretty nice. I don't know. I really like it. I think it's a neat little knife. Small, but you'll never feel that in your pocket. Let's see. Here. Nice and snappy. Be careful I don't cut myself, huh? Cool, huh? Check out here on one side, it's a little lighter. See it? That's cool with me. Gives a little character. That's one thing that's cool about Case knives. Every one seems a little different than the other. But everything on this one is really smooth. You can't feel the bolsters and you can't feel the pins. You can feel the shield a little bit and you can feel the center pin on one side only. But on the back, everything's smooth, and both sides with the bolsters, it's smooth. So, good quality. The blades, they seem to have good centering. Yeah. Let's get that opened up. Take a look at the inside here. So far, I'm real happy with my choice. This is the 5th knife for my case collection, and about the 30th knife in my total collection. Case knives for me, they don't get used very much. They're more for show. But we still want to see if this thing's going to cut. So let's get a piece of paper here and try it out. It's cutting it, but man, that's so great. You can really feel it as it goes through the paper. Let's check out this other blade. Seemed a little sharper when I was looking at it. No, that's not any good at all. Let's see what the leather strop does real quick. Not going to make you sit through it. I'm going to put it in 4 times speed, okay? And if you're not using a leather strop or don't know how, please check out my playlist and look for the video that says how to sharpen your knife for $20. Because that's what these things, they cost less than 20 bucks. And it is the easiest way to keep your knife sharp and maintain it. Check out that video. I think you'll enjoy it. A lot of people checked it out. Alright, so let's see what this baby will do now that we stropped it a few times. Yeah, a little better. Still needs some work though. Strop only works to maintain a blade. It's got to have a good edge to start out with. This one's got a few issues, but nothing I can't take care of. I got everything I need. So let's do a little bit more comparison here before we wrap up the video, alright? Let's see what it looks like up against a Sod Buster. This is the Deep Canyon Jig Sod Buster. Oops. About half the size. Very close in width though. Oh, man, that peanut, you're not even going to feel it in your pocket. Unless you're a little tiny person. Alright, here's the other Sod Buster. Should be about the same. I think the Deep Canyon Jigged Sod Buster's got a little thicker scale, but comparable. Alright, full size Copperlock. Look at that. I don't know. I'd say less than half, right? And here's the Copperlock with the Warm Cliffs, a little different shape. But actually, that single-bladed Copperlock's a little thinner in it. It's got a pocket worn, so it's thin too. I don't know, but I like them both. I like a big knife. Now, the knife I carry every day is a 3.5-inch blade Spyderco Para 2, and this is way smaller than that knife. But you know what? I'm happy to have it in my collection. I like it. And I hope you do too. And I hope you subscribe to my channel and share it to one of your friends who likes similar content. Thanks for viewing.